me with like chains and leather, and I'll just like own it. I'll be like, yeah, sure, that's me.
The Hit 30.
I mean, camp rock. That's where I first fell in love with this man. I mean, in a totally straight, awesome way. Joe Jonas!
Woo!
Hey, what's up?
Just chilling out, mate, and listening to some of your great music in the Hit 30 at the moment. Of course, we've had your song with Hayley Steinfeld, Rock Bottom, but nowadays we are loving DNCE back with Cake by the Ocean. Is it nice that the songs, come back and people are loving it for a second time round?
Honestly, it's like it's a dream come true, and I'm sure the whole band, when we say we're just thrilled and we cannot wait to go to Australia and meet the fans of this new band.
Cake by the Ocean, does that mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, having sex in the ocean, Joe Jonas?
I mean, it can mean a few things. It could mean sexy times by the ocean. It could be in the ocean. You could also mean eating some pastries by a big body of water. The thing is, it's always really messy eating cake by the ocean, so we encourage the fun stuff of eating cake by the ocean rather than the actual meal.
Yeah. Okay,
I have had cake by the ocean, Joe, and I mean, not my sort of thing. It was like having sex with sandpaper. I was sore for days. I mean, not my thing. But you've made a song about it that's made it commercial radio, man. I mean, that's impressive. I never thought a song about having sex surrounded by sand would make it.
Well, I'll tell you the backstory. We're working with a producer from Sweden. They kept confusing the drink Sex on the Beach with Cake by the Ocean when they were telling the story, and I was like, are you talking about Sex on the Beach? They're like, yeah. So we just said, okay, this is kind of a wacky lyric idea. It ended up being the single.
We chatted to your brother Nick last week, Joe.
The Big Nips.
And it was a great chat, but he did mention a little bit of friendly rivalry between you two that still exists, particularly after his Apple Watch commercial came out, and it appears that you might be the better runner than him.
We haven't done a foot race in a while. I'm actually about to go get dinner with him now, so maybe after a few drinks we can see what he's really got. I loved it too. I mean, it was the easiest day of work. I don't even show up and I win a race.
That's so
That's the best kind of race. With your brother Nick, we had him on the show last week and we were talking about his big nips in a photoshopped kind of meme that went viral. Have you ever seen, Joe Jonas, something online of you that's been photoshopped? Like, has a fan made you look in like tight leather pants, look like you're just holding massive heat or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. And I encourage it. They can add as many feet to that as they want.
Feet?
Oh, jeez.
Not even inches. Oh, that's game.
Hey, no, you know why? Why not? If that's what people think, hey, that's great, right? There's like a bunch of like photoshopped shirtless photos that are like really ridiculous with like me with like chains and leather, and I'll just like own it. I'll be like, yeah, sure, that's me.
We're going to use the hashtag Hit30. Ask Joe a couple of your fan questions before we get out of here. At DNCE as well, of course.
Ari, he asks, describe the album, and this is going to be very tough, in one word.
Ooh, electrifying.
I thought it was going to be ooh for a second. I'm like, oh, that's very open-ended. Thank you very much, Joe Jonas from at DNCE. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Can't wait to meet you guys in person.
The Hit 30.